My name is Simon.
Hi, my name is Shantae.
I'm a junior tech at Polar Bear, and today me and Shantae are going to look at a condensating air handler. So here you can see that all over the outer casing of the air handler, both on the sides and underneath, is completely saturated with water. Some of the causes of air handlers condensating are the air temperature being too cold. So this is caused by undersized ductwork, dirty filters, a bad capacitor, a failing motor. It can also occur due to the insulation being wet. So this is due to the high pressure in the duct distribution system caused by undersized ductwork, dirty filters, by a cracked internal drain pan, the insulation becoming deteriorated or loose. And this just happens with age. And the last reason would be due to a high dew point in the attic space itself. So this is basically just high temperature and high humidity. And some reasons for that would be an improperly ventilated attic. It can also be your dryer or exhaust fans are vented into the attic space itself, dumping humidity. And if the insulation is wet internally in the unit, it can actually cause biological growth concerns. So depending on what the issue is, it can actually cause your unit casing or your external drain pan to prematurely rust out. If you don't have safeties, it can cause emergency pan to overflow and cause water damage. So this is actually a very common issue, and it's simply due to the high temperature and high humidity in KMI. So the solution for this unit, because the ductwork is quite old, the solution would be to re-insulate the air handler with better insulation and replace the ductwork with ones of higher insulation value. Have your system maintained regularly, so make sure your filters are changed, have your equipment fully evaluated to make sure everything is clean, and to make sure all components are functioning as designed.
My experience with Simon was phenomenal. He is a young Caymanian with huge potential, not only from the professional standpoint, but he also came off as a very amicable, very knowledgeable. I'm very happy with Polar Bear Air Conditioning. And in my real estate consultancy company, I only recommend those service providers whom I verify. Polar Bear Air Conditioning has been one of those that have stood out above the crowd.
We're just about to refit the new insulation into the air handler, reinstall all components, reseal the system, and which does take quite some time. So will be about 2.5 hours. So now we installed all the new insulation into the air handler, including the door panels for the unit. You can see the old insulation is quite deteriorated and probably been wet for quite some time, turning a blackish color throughout. Because it was condensating, it clearly wasn't doing its job anymore. So the brand new nice insulation, as you can see, is much thicker and made of a material that is not going to get wet and not going to harbor any biological growth like a standard fiberglass one would. A really good vacuum was pulled on the system. We recharged the system with refrigerant, reconnected the drain line, reinstalled all electrical components, including the blower wheel, repowered the system, balanced the charge back to manufacturer specifications, and we've tested the unit down to a temperature of 68 degrees at the thermostat to ensure that it's no longer condensating. And as you can see, it's completely dry.